Well, Merry Blooming Christmas Mark II. Um, Now, yeah, I mean, it's what's the date today? 28th of December, so Christmas is over. I'm feeling suitably full up and suitably, should we say, hungover from the festive period. As you can see, my rating has taken somewhat of a drop. And I think that's to do with playing after one White Russian too many the other day. But I thought I'd just play a couple of games of Blitz, have a bit of fun, chill out a little bit, and share my Blitz games with you. And okay, let's dive into the action. So what is happening here? Well, it looks like a pretty sensible-ish position. My opponent playing quite a weird opening actually, but it kind of makes a lot of sense. He's closed up the centre, and later on, I expect he's going to try to go f5, maybe c6. You also think about pawn breaks. And what am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to go for a plan defending e4 first, because he wants to go knight c5. Well, that seems to just be a mistake now, because the whole point of my last move was to stop that one by going b4 over defending the e4 square. And of course, if he has to go back now, this looks a little bit of a waste of time for my opponent. He might try a5, but then I will play a3. Oh dear, did I just fall for a cheapo? Ah dear, Christmas cheapo time. That's a standard trick, this trick, knight takes d5. It's certainly something I shouldn't be falling into. Okay, well, it's only a pawn. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's a little trick, a really quite a basic trick with bishop on g5. Maybe I did have one White Russian too many yesterday. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I lost so many rating points. I was playing like such a fool, such an idiot. You should have seen my Blitz. I mean, I was actually too bad to record my Blitz session. But it's pretty appalling. And now my opponent here, well, he's just trying to finish me off with queen g5 coming in. Okay, hopefully it'll get better in the next game. Let's see if I can at least fight back now. All his pieces coming quite near my king. What do I do here? What do I do? This is the problem. I'm not liking this position at all. He's got a lovely knight here on f4. Maybe I should try to kick this knight away with g3. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to over-defend the h3 pawn as much as possible. So yeah, I've got to go in defensive here. Not something I normally have to do, but we have to try to play all different parts of the game. And now can I go here, followed by g3? I just want to kick this knight away. This is such a scary knight. I just want to try and at least force it backwards. Okay, which I have done. And now I'm going to try to control d4. So this will allow a possibility of him sacrificing knight takes h4. And that's something I can't really do much about here. Knight takes h4. He's gone for it. Certainly a scary idea of my opponent's here. Now, does he have enough for it? He didn't need to sacrifice because he was material up. But again, maybe I have not defended correctly here with his knight coming into f3. Yeah, this is... I'm going to have to let him at least take my rook, but maybe he has more options here. Okay, well, at least it's got a little bit unbalanced. My opponent now just trying to mate me with knight here. Bishop g4 being moved. It's very scary here. Can I defend this? Well, knight here, check takes bishop. I've got to desperately scramble about here. Maybe queen f1. Why didn't I go queen f1 there? That was much better. I saw this was the way to defend, but it's really pretty horrible, this position for me anyway. Especially he's now going to throw Harry down the board at me. And again, this is just a very disgusting position here. Got to just try that again. This is just like desperate defense from me here. And my position is really on the verge. But okay, he still hasn't quite broken through here, has he? And okay, there's still some hope for me in this position. Some hope. Bishop h3 coming. Maybe I'm starting to block up his attack. I mean, again, I prefer these positions from his point of view to my point of view. I'd prefer to be attacking in this position, clearly, but I'm going to have to just do the best here. Now he's got queen f4 check again. Okay, annoying move, that one. His rook is now swinging in. Queen f4 check. Yep, scary stuff. Okay, right. God, I've never defended this much in a game of chess, ever. This is like the most defensive I've ever done, I feel, you know. Oh, dear, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Okay, time. Come on, this is okay. Let's move quick. Move quick. Come on, this is not maybe so bad now. Quick. Okay, I'm kind of knight h4. Oh yeah, never in doubt. The little cheapo. Okay, now I've just got to avoid losing on time here, which I'm nearly gonna do if I don't hurry the bloody hell up. And we know how slow I am. So I'm going to try and move quick. Take his rook next move. Yeah, I shouldn't lose this one. Oh, he's trying all sorts of tricks here. I've got 10 seconds. 10 seconds is plenty of time. I'm just going to do this. This is a very simple way to mate with two queens. Just use them like this, and there's no way you can stop it. Easy! Easy! Easy win! Well, that was a bit of defensive. That was like me defending. Come on, I am now the new Petrosian, the defender of all things. Okay, well, I mean, I shouldn't have obviously won that last game. Could be a good sign, winning my first game, and now I'm just going to go into a standard Dutch defence, see how this one goes. And I really like this setup I've got here, because he hasn't fought against my move e5. It's a bit like a reverse Grand Prix, this. And my opponent moving very quickly, but he's in some danger here. I mean, I've had this position in maybe dozens of games, and it's one of those positions I find much easier to play with black, because I can just carry on and attack him on the king side, and it's very hard for him. I haven't got any weaknesses really over on this side of the board. I mean, what's his knight doing there? I mean, maybe he's going to go f5. Do I even play that myself? Let's bring my knight over first. I mean, eventually, like, in my c7 pawn, I can defend with bishop d8, and all my pawns are very solid and safe here. So I always think these types of structures, and my opponent playing very quickly here without thinking, which I don't know if is a great strategy. These type of structures, I think, always favour black, because look, I just pushed my pawns over here. I can create some weaknesses. In this type of structure, he's always attacking on the queen side, but it takes him so long to do anything over here. I mean, that move there doesn't really achieve a great deal. And now I should, maybe I can even, okay, go rook to h8 and just trying to mate him like that. Okay, let's just develop my last piece first. Gives me the option of going rook c8, and I think my idea, okay, he's going for, okay, that's something maybe I shouldn't have allowed. He's going for some sacrifice to gain a couple of pawns. Okay, again, but I don't think this is that scary. He played that very quickly. I've always got bishop d6 in this type of position. He's only got 2 pawns for the piece, so again, a bit surprised how quickly my opponent played that. I don't think it should be good enough, but in Blitz, of course, having the initiative is maybe the most important thing. But I don't believe that sacrifice from him. Right, let's. His knight's very good though. Okay, maybe, you know, this is quite an interesting position. Do I close it up here, or do I? Okay, let's close it up. But his knight, yeah, okay, his knight that's a monster. That is a bloody monster of a piece, I have to say. Because I never really want to take that, because he's going to get loads of pawns then. Okay, now, if I can win that pawn on d5, I'll be very happy. If his bishop goes to h1, his bishop looks like a bit of a rubbish piece there to me. Now, let's try to attack d5 anyway. If I can win the pawn on d5, weird pawn structure I have over here, then I quite like my position. So that's why he's hit f5 here, to stop me from doing that. Now, okay. I mean, maybe taking here is not the end of the world, but I don't want to do it quite yet. Okay, I'm just going to play a useful little move. This move here, and my next intention is to get my rook into the game. And I'm thinking now, he's moved that knight away. I don't think he should be doing stuff like that. Is he really going to take my bishop? He can take the bishop if he wants to. No, of course he doesn't want to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to try And even here, I'm not worried about taking my rook. I'm really not too concerned about this. Unless he's got e4 coming in. e4 could be, yeah, okay. Even here, okay, what is this position like? Again, his knight was so good that even though he's won material by doing this, I would kind of get the feeling that his position is now crumbling a little bit with my bishop's jumping to life. My bishop comes to f5. This pawn on h3, old Harry has a little lockdown on his king side. So if my queen ever gets into his position, it's going to be very bad for him. Okay, so he maybe wants to go rook here and check here. Do I... okay, I'm still going to grab this pawn, I think. I'm going to try to just take the pawn here. And this is my idea of getting my pawn to a4. Just to try to jump in. But he does have this annoying check here. Queen takes... Just going to... Okay, let's first of all go here. Didn't really want to allow him this activity on e8, but I don't see any way to stop it. I want to take my queen on d5 because then I'll be threatening mate in a lot of positions. But I was a bit concerned about some sacrifice of rook e7. And my idea of moving my king was to play this move, which maybe he just missed, which seems to be winning a rook to me. Unless, yeah, it does. And again, that opening is always going to be quite juicy for me. So, Harry, get in there, son. Here he goes. We're going to have a quick Harry attack now. Running up the board like a lunatic. Like a blooming lunatic. And you know my philosophy that when they fianchetto, I love pushing Harry the h-pawn because I find it such a thorn in their side. You know, in some positions I will go h6, in some positions I'll take on g6, but I don't have to decide immediately which one to play. First of all, I'm going to try to wait and see how he gets his pieces out. If he moves his knight, maybe h6. If he ever takes on h5, he opens up the h-file for me. So I'm just gonna keep the tension in the position. Now h6 and bishop g5 is a normal way to deal with this because look, he has some serious congestion with his pieces here. So now I'm going to try to open up the position a little bit, take advantage of the congestion that his pieces are suffering from here. And well, this one taken on d7 will force him to take with the king, and that's got to be a little bit annoying for my opponent, hasn't it? And now I'm just going to castle, try to open things up with d4 while his king's in the middle of the board at the right moment. He's on the other hand wants to go rook here and king here. Okay, now I could also, I've got another idea, trying to get my rook to f4. Because I see his natural plan is to try to castle by hand, they call it. You know, move the rook and then move the king over here. And if he tries to do that, I get my rook to f4, which I'm playing for in this position. And this is quite a strong idea. Okay, and am I worried? I don't really want to lose Harry like that. Now I could go here straight away, but then he gets his king. Okay, let's keep putting my pieces on aggressive squares. Now there may be a threat of rook takes e6 here, but there's certainly something with bishop takes e6 coming up. Bishop takes e6. If king f8, still bishop takes e6, I'd assume. And now, well, that's a nice pawn I've won. Do I need to give this one away? Don't want to give this one away. Should be a good move here, shouldn't there? Something, I don't know. Can't see this. Can't see it. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe have to play this one. And now, what about taking my pawn and trying to use my pawn as a battering ram? I'm gonna try to get my pawn to e6, but I don't know. This is not as good as I thought it should be anymore. But if my pawn gets to e6, I can still keep some kind of attack looming around his king here. And of course, my position should be slightly better because I'm pointing everything at his rather weakened position. My pawn, my queen, okay, and now I've got a very nice pawn there that's going to cause him a lot of issues. Maybe e7 check was a threat there. So now let's take over the open file. And of course I'm better, but it's still not I'm just wondering how we break through here. I'd love to get my queen on the dark squares. Can't see how I'm going to do that. Maybe my queen should be moving so my rook can come in. Okay, let's move this one away. I'm going to try to get my rook in first, then my queen behind it, I think. So my plan is to get my rook to d7. So I want to go queen d1 and rook to d7. Or my rook in somewhere. Maybe rook d7 looks quite natural. And then I'm always, in these positions, going to have a very... If he takes the rook, always going to have a very dangerous pawn there. But he's defended well. He has defended well in this one. So... It's... Okay, he has defended well. Now, a little trick. If he takes on g3, can I take and go queen f7? Or am I going to get mated? I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just going to... Okay, I'll play the safety first move. And... I don't know, my time's very short here as well. Yeah, he's defended well in this game. But okay, I've still got this threat immediately of taking on e7 and going, okay, now my pawn should be very strong. Oh, he had queen d2 check there, didn't he? Queen d2 check would have won that pawn, and then obviously no chances in that position to do anything. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to swap off to a draw here. I mean, nothing else I can do, really, is there? I mean, of course, this should be a draw. Just a little bit of care needed from both of us, actually. And I say that, and he plays a good move. Time care from me, mainly. I'm wondering if I can do anything. It'd be a bit bad if he doesn't take a draw here, because this is about as drawn as it gets. Okay, yeah, he defended well there. I shouldn't have. I should have been winning that one at some stage with my pieces attacking him the way they were. Okay, we'll keep going a little bit more. I'll play a little bit more Dutch defense, and we'll see, because I got a very good position last time I got the Dutch going. So yeah, so it's the 28th of December. I have to say I've been a bit slack with work recently over the Christmas period. I've just really sort of turned off, you know, and I haven't really got anything done. So I think there's a couple of DVDs I need to send out for a start. I mean, that I've been basic because there was lots of post office strikes over Christmas, unfortunately, in England, and I hear that a couple of them may not have got through, so I need to catch up on that. Other things that GingerGM's going to be doing, other exciting ideas. Well, we've got loads of cool stuff. I mean, Tiger's DVD on the modern defence, it's called Tiger's Modern, will be one DVD that we're going to be bringing out soon. Quite very excited about that. I've played the opening myself, and it's a real fun opening, and I think the DVD is going to be a very good DVD. We're bringing out an app this year. We've just got so much to do. We've literally got so many things we could be doing. You know, there's only me and one other person who tries to get everything working at GingerGM, and sometimes, as you can imagine, it becomes a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff to do, but we really, you know, I'm going to try to keep doing. Maybe another thing I like doing more of is more streams. So if you've got any suggestions yourselves, what you'd like to see me do more, like video-wise on YouTube, anything at all, let me know. You know, I do listen to you guys, and I do want to take your advice and do stuff that you want me to do that will help you out. I mean, maybe more tutorial things is one idea. By the way, a lot of people asked about the London DVD. Sorry, I haven't answered YouTube things for ages. The London DVD, again, is something that has been filmed for ChessBase. They just need to edit it, and I'd imagine it will be out in a couple of months. So it's not out as yet, but it will be coming out at some point. And I hope that's going to be, well, I'm very happy with the way the filming went with that DVD, and I think it'll be a very good DVD. But I'll let you know of anything else that, you know, I can keep making and creating as we go forwards in life. What am I doing for New Year's? Not many plans. I honestly, as soon as January comes, I'm quite looking forward to doing a bit of bloody detoxing. You know, that's actually one of the most exciting things I'm thinking about at the moment. Getting a bit healthier in and just trying to sort my body and mind out, because I have been overdoing it a little bit over this festive period. You know, we could blame that on Christmas, but I think I'm just going to blame it on my excessiveness, which sometimes gets the better of me. But hey ho, as Santa Claus would bloody say. And yeah, I mean, just going to keep trying rocking and rolling with lots of things, really. And nice to get to 2600 again, rating wise, on chess.com. But okay, that's maybe not one of my biggest aims in life. I'm sure there's other things that come before that. And we'll just see. But like I say, if you've got any ideas what you'd like to see me do, things you might want to see me like create, let me know, because I will and I do listen to you guys. Okay, so what's happening with this game? I mean, quite a messy. Okay, you can take on f4 there. That was a bit slack. And we get 2 queens versus 2 rooks, and the 2 rooks in this position going to be quite scary actually. So I'm not really happy I allowed that one. Okay, but yeah. Oh, what about, is that really messed up line? Queen, does that work? Queen into e3. I'd love to get my queen into that square. I don't think it's going to work though. And okay, this is, yeah, I shouldn't have allowed what's happened here, but I can still be very annoying with my queen. Queens are obviously annoying little pieces, and as long as I don't lose this one, albeit unless he puts up a good fight, then okay, I say that now I'm going to lose it straight away. Oh, he hasn't taken it. Okay, that's surprising. Still a bit unclear. I prefer to be white here, especially as I've now just gone and thrown that pawn away on that square. Yeah, this is not great, this position. Not great at all. Okay, let's try to get my king to b3. Will that achieve anything? He's now moving his rook here, and he's just going to take this one. I'm struggling in this game. Struggling, but we can just move about. Okay, so as long as I don't lose this pawn without a fight, still maybe game on. So he's not really making a great deal of progress here, is he? Got to be a bit careful here. Here, queen c2 doesn't quite work. Okay, let's go in. Go in, because now his rook's a little bit uncoordinated here. You know, yes, one of his rooks is coordinated very well, but the other one's not coordinated so well. Okay, shouldn't make any difference. His position is still very good. Yeah, no, this one just comes, doesn't it? Surely he can't be going for a draw here, can he? That's unbelievable. Why didn't he just push his h-pawn in that position? Very strange to have a draw there. He could have just pushed his h-pawn, because I was pretty powerless there to what he was trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to play until I lose one game, I think. I think that makes sense. We'll play until I lose one game. Okay, now my opponent going for this is a rather peculiar setup. So I always find when someone plays passively like this, I quite like it. You just go for the most aggressive setup, and you're always going to have some kind of a nice attacking chances later on. I mean, this position, a bit more space, and now I'm going to try to get some move like e5 in at the right moment. Why not now? Should we do it now? Okay, allows his knight into e4. Then I have 2 choices. Maybe I can even go for an interesting sacrifice, or just bishop d2. Castles, knight takes, bishop takes here. Probably not good enough, so I'm just going to play this one. Block the pin. And okay. How is this position? Maybe not so great. I mean, okay, I realise I'm dropping this pawn. I was hoping to get some tactical opportunities going in exchange for the pawn, with my f-pawn rolling up the board now. But is this going to be enough? Positionally, this is very bad for me, because he has a better pawn structure, 2 bishops, and he's a pawn up. But I'm kind of just relying on this f-pawn to cause some problems. I don't know. I don't really believe it again. But okay. Yes, I'm not believing this anymore at all. He's got such a nice centre, hasn't he? Do I throw my knight in there? Well, the problem is if I do that, the pawn's just going to be lost. This is horrible, actually. This is really bad. If I move that knight... Well, I have to do this. But I'm a bit concerned here because at the right moment, he's just going to go d4, isn't he? This could be the game I lost. I was going to lose. Okay, time situation. I'm down on time. Okay, so I'm pawn down. Didn't really get any of my attack going. I've got one f pawn up there, but this is not enough to cause him any serious damage, is it? Okay, he's giving me a little cheeky check, and now I need to. My only plan. I mean, when you've got these kind of positions, you've just got to go desperate. And the only plan I can see here is to try to do some rook swing and attack h7. Put my queen on h5 and swing my rook over. Because this centre of his, at some point, is just going to come pulsating down at me. No one likes a pulsating mass coming at you, do they? I don't know. Well, I certainly don't. So I'm going to... Again, when you get these dodgy positions, you really just have to try to find any way to create play. So he stopped my plan by putting his bishop there, which seemed like a very wise idea. So now the only other desperate ploy I can see is to try and attack g7. So I've got rook here coming and attack g7 like this. Okay, what's he going to do? Is he finally going to break with something like d4? Well, if he does, I'll take that. I'm not too concerned. At least I destroy some of his centre here. And at least I created one threat in this game. I've created a threat. But it's not normally good enough just to create one threat. So, okay, I'm going to try to... I think I'm going to try to force him to play the move h6, because then that'll give me something to nibble on. If he's forced to do that. Well, what did I do that for? That was... My last move was ridiculous. I thought I was threatening... yeah, that was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, it doesn't matter about how many pawns he takes over there anyway. Now, do I have knight takes e4? Very close to having knight takes e4. Hello, Charlie. You come in to get in the way. You know when times are bad, aren't you, in the chess world? Yeah. My position's looking a little bit suspect here. Did you have a nice Christmas, Charlie? Did you have a nice Christmas? Charlie says he had a nice Christmas. And he had a better Christmas than my position here. Well, I think this is time, as we can see, as the cat has now come in and said, look, you've got to give me some attention here. I'm going to bite your nice mouse hand. Okay, Charlie, let's see if we can hustle him first. Come on. Let's give it a little go. Let's push Harry up the board, shall we? Can't see Charlie. Desperate attack coming. Oh, he's got rook here check. Oh, bloody. It's your fault. Blame it on you, cat. We're playing a little bit, shall we? Even though... How many pawns down am I? I can't lose any more pawns, can I? Literally, I'm so many pawns down. This is getting ridiculous. Oh, no, not my hand, Charlie. Don't bite my hand. No, Charlie. Oh, look. I can win this on time. Come over here. Over here. Well, I say I can win this on time. I'm just going to resign. I'm going to resign. I don't want to rematch. No, I don't want to rematch. No, I don't want to rematch. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Charlie, come over here. Okay, well, I've rematched. So I'm going to have to play one more game, even though this is going to be a hard game. I'm going to have to move you, aren't I? Am I going to have to move you? Let's see if you bite me if I move you, because you don't like being moved, do you? Okay, we'll make this the last game then. And obviously you get a lovely view of a cat's tail here at the moment. And now what's he going to do? Cat's face? Is he going to sit down? Oh, he's taken a seat. Who's a good cat? And he's relaxed in front of the desk. Yes, that is a good cat, Charlie. Good cat. You can't see him, but he's actually just down there chilling out at the moment. So that's what we like to see. How long's that going to last then? Well, I better get a winning position quickly before you change your mind, eh? Eh? And I think Charlie's had a good Christmas. He's had lots of sleeps. I'd love to be a cat. I mean, who wouldn't love to be a cat? I mean, being a cat must be one of the best lives, one of the best things in the world to be a cat, wouldn't it? I mean, they don't really do anything. They just sit around and sleep all day, and then they eat. They don't have to get a job. I suppose they can't enjoy playing chess, but you know that can be a bit of a pain at times as well, as we're probably going to see if I lose another game and start screaming "F," okay, you know what I mean. So yeah, being a cat, that's what I want to be. I want to be a cat. I might just give up this whatever I'm doing and be a cat. What do you reckon? You want to be a cat? You are a cat. Yes, you are. Oh no! Come on, sit down. Sit down. I'm crushing him. Don't get in the way of the. I didn't even see as Bishop takes f6 here, which is a bit embarrassing. And now we're gonna have to get some rather dullish ending. Okay, I mean even this is fine for me, but I obviously didn't want to get to some position like this. Okay, so last game of this little blitz session. I think I've tried to do something a little bit more constructive for the next video. Or maybe do some. I haven't done a tactics trainer for a while, so that could be an idea. But like I say, please tell me your ideas. I don't always have time to, respond to all the YouTube comments straight away, especially as loads of other things have been going on. But I do listen to your comments, and I will try to get around to responding to what you say at some point, and at least I will pay attention to your suggestions. Okie doke. So, what are we having here? Is he going to grab this pawn, then go knight c6? Well, I better make sure I at least get rid of this one in the process. And we both have some weak pawns. Surprised he went check there. Okay, he's defending like this. So love to activate one of my rooks. I need to activate one of my rooks. So just trying to work out how to do this. Maybe I should play c4. And that pawn was a bit rubbish anyway. The point of this move, I mean, the most important thing in rook endings, when there's only rooks on the board, is simply to keep your rooks as active as possible. So you've got to keep them active. And now what I was hoping to do here is at least now get my rook. I know it's cost me a pawn, but if I get my rook to the second rank, that's going to be worth a pawn. No doubt about it. So, opponent playing well here. Maybe I should have gone f3 first. It's an annoying move he's come up with there. Okay, and now I'm going to have to struggle a little bit in this rook ending, but shouldn't be. Is this losing to me? Maybe this should be losing actually, because his pawns are very, very well positioned here. Okay, but we can at least fight. King d3 would be the best move now, I would assume. And his pawn's becoming very dangerous after this one. And I don't like these. I don't like defending these passive positions where you don't have much counterplay. That's the problem here. My rook maybe not in the most active of positions now. I've got to try to get it around somewhere, like around to g2. So again, the most important thing in rook endings, he's putting his rook on g5. Good idea is to try and keep your rook as active as possible. But this is looking really bad. Yeah, really bad ending, this one. I'm gonna have to go for some tricks here to try and save this one. I mean, as soon as I start going passive, I don't like the defensive options. So I'm going to try to keep my rook active as much as I can. But this is not good. This is not good. My one hopes, I mean, again, another thing when you're trying to draw endings is to go for as many exchanges as you can. This is really bad. He's making very good progress with his... dear. Okay. Very bad position. As we can see, this is a terrible position. Bollocks. I have to come with a swindle here. Bloody big swindle. soon as his king comes here, it's over. His time is good as well. Okay. Bang! Bang! Oh yeah! That's what you get. That's what you get. Obviously, all controlled there. Just call me Magnus Carlsen. How did he fall for that? That was embarrassing. What do you reckon of that, Charlie? Sorry for waking you up. Sorry, you were getting a little rest there, weren't you? Were you impressed with that one? Were you? Were you impressed? Were you impressed? Are you going to say hello to the camera? Come on. Let's see if you can say hello to the camera. Come on up, you get. Here we go. Say hello. No, you don't want to say hello, do you? You don't want to say hello. No, you don't want to. Okay, I understand. You've had your moment of fame, and you'd rather be a side actor rather than a main actor. Is that correct? You're like really a stunt double there. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'll try to do something else soon. I'll leave you with a bit of cattail there, and I'll be with you again very shortly. Cheers for tuning in there. Bye for now. And if you would let me press stop. That was a weird finish.